Hey there guys, I am the Sixth Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. So we've now had the second day of reveals and previews from Warhammer Fest 2021, and today was the first of 2 days dedicated to Warhammer 40k. Now, before we get started, I just want to... I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth, or someone who likes to complain, and I think to be fair to myself, I'm not really complaining here, because we did get some cool reveals, and we do obviously have to take into consideration that there's more to come later in the week, and of course, the fact that GW don't have to be doing these previews, they could just leave us with absolutely nothing, and I really am grateful for the previews and the showcases they've done all across the last year or so to keep us updated with hobby related news and releases. But at the same time, the preview today did leave me a little bit disappointed. I suppose the best way to describe it is that the preview today really did leave me wanting more. But let's jump in and go through what was shown off in today's show. So first up, we have the second book in the Warzone Charadon series coming. This is book 2, the Book of Fire. And what this book sets up is the introduction to 40k of the Demon Prince Be'lakor. And it sounds like it's going to have some really cool rules for having an army led by him and combining both demons and Chaos Space Marines into one force, with some unique warlord traits and psychic powers to go along with them. Honestly, it does look quite fun, and the Warhammer community article about it does state that there will be some new Armies of Renown style forces which were introduced in the first Charadon book, and I thought they were generally pretty fun, fluffy little ways to play with a different style of force or to mix things up within your army to give a new play style. So hopefully that continues without bringing any kind of power creep to the game along with it. And alongside the Warzone, there is a very fancy new terrain kit coming, which admittedly does look like it's just a repackaging of a lot of the previously available industrial AdMech style terrain that GW have done in the past, but still, it's going to be a very cool, hopefully relatively cheap way to get some nice looking terrain for your gaming boards. So that is a nice little extra thing to look forward to if you've been wanting to spice up your battlefields recently. The Warzone Charadon Book 2 also gives us a chance to see some more of the Sisters of Battle units, as they have answered the call to face off against the demonic hordes of chaos, and this leads us nicely into the other main part of the reveal for today, which is, yes, as we all expected, the Sisters of Battle 9th Edition Codex. Now, there is a lot of really cool, exciting new units coming in this codex. We have the Paragon Warsuits, the Palatine, the Dogmata, the Castigated Tank, the Celestian Sacrosancts, the Banner Bearer Aestrid Thurga, and it was shown off her little follower, Agathe Dolan, which I will also quickly mention is a very, very, very cool priest model, and honestly, I'm quite tempted to get this model just to use it in my Astra Militarum force. But what is quite possibly the most incredible, and to be honest, most surprising kit to come alongside this codex, it is a bona fide High Lord of Terror. Yep, you heard me, the Sisters are getting a new model in the form of Morven Val, Abbess Sanctorum of the Adepta Sororitas. She is the Big Cheese, the supreme commander of the Sisters of Battle, and, as they mentioned in the preview, pretty much the closest thing to a Primarch that the Adepta Sororitas can get. And she looks absolutely fantastic. I know a lot of people are a bit iffy on the warsuits, but personally I love them. They just look incredibly gothic and cool, and they fit exactly how I envisage the Sisters of Battle aesthetic to be. They fit that really, really well. So I am a big, big fan of this. I love the golden armor, the shielded heavy bolter, her spear. The whole thing just comes together brilliantly, I think. And Eddie did also reveal a few teasers about what her rules might be, and I'll be honest, if I was a Sisters player, I would be very, very excited right now. As the equivalent of a Sisters Primarch, basically, she is going to have an invulnerable save, of course, but she also comes with a rule that, according to Eddie, halves the damage coming into her, which makes her unbelievably survivable against things like las cannons and melter, and most importantly, he did state that she comes in at that magic number of under 10 wounds, so she can hide behind your troops as they advance up towards the enemy. Now, whether this is 8 or 9 wounds, he didn't say, but I wouldn't be surprised with some kind of profile along the lines of a 2-up save, 4-up invuln, toughness 5, 8 wounds, and halving damage. That seems pretty damn solid to me. Put her on the board and move her up with a squadron of the Paragon warsuits to back her up, and I genuinely think she will be able to chew through pretty much anything your enemy will be able to throw at her. Also, in addition to this, I think in line with her being like a Sisters Primarch, she will probably give full rerolls to hit and maybe reroll ones to wound, much like Gilliman does. So yeah, a genuine, honest to God High Lord of Terror is being added to the Sisters range, which is honestly very, very exciting. But then this is where it kind of falls down. Apart from her and the priest, we didn't see anything else new. They showed off the Paragon warsuits, the Dogmata, the Palatine, the Castigator, the Sacrosanct, and admittedly they did show off the new mace weapon, but it wasn't something completely new. We knew that they had that weapon option in addition to their halberds. None of it was really much of a reveal or a preview, you know what I mean? I can't help feel a tiny bit disappointed that for what is meant to be quite possibly one of the biggest reveal days for all of GW, we got to see 2 new books, Warzone Charadon 2 and the Sisters of Battle Codex, and 2 entirely new models in Morven Val even, should I say, and Agatha Dolan. I mean, if you compare that to all of the stuff we saw yesterday at the Age of Sigmar reveal, it just pales in comparison. And I know there is another day of 40k to come, but maybe I'm just being greedy. I still would have loved to have seen a bit more today. Or even if we didn't see more brand new models, just something to give reassurances to players and fans about the future 40k releases. Because, to be honest, chat genuinely went very toxic. And I mean, to be fair, it was shit. Twitch chat is awful at the best of times, but it did go quite bad when they announced the Warzone Book 2 because of the fact that there were so many forces that didn't have a codex yet. And in their defense, they do have a point. Why are GW focusing on putting out these new campaign books and giving supplemental rules when there are so many factions that are still languishing with 8th edition codexes? Because I don't know about you, but for me personally, I would much rather not have even more supplemental rules for Death Guard or Drukhari, or even my own factions like Dark Angels and Orcs, if it meant that other armies like Eldar or Tyranids or Tau got their codexes even a month or 2 sooner. I don't know, I'm going to be clear, I thought the stuff we saw was very cool, and I absolutely fucking dig Morven Val, and I'm really excited to see the new Sisters Codex and everything that's in it when it does release. It just wasn't quite as big as I think they were hyping it up to be. And I mean, as I said, maybe that's because they're saving more for the next 40k reveal at the end of the week, who knows? But I just think that if the Orc reveal is the same sort of thing, with them just showing off units that we've already seen before with maybe 1 or 2 extra things, it just feels like, couldn't you have done that in a Warhammer community post? Like, that doesn't feel like a Warhammer Fest level reveal to me. In any case, I will say we did see some very cool things in Morven Val. The model looks fantastic, and I'm really excited to see her on the tabletop. And I am also excited to see the Charadon book 2 and seeing what they can do with Bellacor's army being a leader of sort of this combined demon and chaos force. So there are things to look forward to, and as I've said previously, later on in the week there is another 40k reveal, so hopefully there will be more stuff there. There will almost certainly be some Orc related stuff, so fingers crossed they have a bit more to show in that. But that is it for today. What did you think of this preview? Did it have everything you were hoping for, or did it leave you feeling a little bit disheartened? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.